welcome to a new episode. I'm here at a special hut, sitting, and I'm here in the forest. I have here my notebook with, and yeah, this little boy here next to me. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm gonna record multiple videos today, but this one is going to be about the role of the shaman. So yes, I have here some notes. Let's start off. I'm just gonna look at my notes a bit and string a story along and yeah, tell you all a bit about like this, all about the shaman and the role that he plays. Maybe if you like it, like the video, maybe give it a like or something, and maybe let me know in the comments if you want to see like something specific about shamanism. Maybe in the video, that would really help me out, like to focus on like what you want to see. But yeah, getting to the video. So yeah, so the shaman is linked to the trickster spirit I've written here, and with the trickster spirit, you can think of like, I guess Loki is one, but you have Reynard the Fox too, and you have all these different like trickster spirits. But there's a difference between like the trickster spirit and the shaman, even though there's like a trickster element in the shaman, because with both the role and the function kind of is about transgression. I have here testing boundaries of nature and life, and that's what both the trickster and the shaman does. However, the reason why the shaman is doing it is to it's an attempt of finding proper ways of living within the world, and alongside other beings. So in that sense, for the shaman, the testing is not to challenge the structure and the way things are done necessarily, but it's to create harmony, so we can live together within nature, instead of like, I guess, seeing ourselves as a part of it, not a part of it, and yes, and seeing ourselves as separate. We see ourselves as part of nature and part of all of this here around me. Also here, shamans, mediator, forming symbiotic relationships, and that's very important within this, for like the role of the shaman. It's to form these kind of symbiotic relationships, and that's in the sense of like, similarly, it's in my eye. There are flies. No, similarly here, there's little here bush and all these little plants and trees and everything around me, and like that we live well together with it, and we just don't just hop in here and take out the take out all of this and all these little plants and I don't know what all, and we just cut all the trees and stuff, because I don't know, we want to do something in our cities or something. It doesn't mean that we can't, I guess, take some wood, but it's about like how it's done. So that's like symbiotic. There's a symbiotic relationship going on there. So for like everything we take, we give equally. So now, in that sense, the shaman is trying to like, I guess, teach people in that kind of role the how to relate respectfully with people, animals, deities, trickster spirits, ancestors, spirits of nature. There's well, within animism and shamanism, there are many different spirits. There like I said, the nature spirits, the ancestors, and maybe in a Jungian lens, you could say like, well, these things represent these different aspects of, I guess, society or something. But I mean, in that sense, it doesn't really matter, and I think it takes away if we I guess psychologize it too much, because it takes away from I guess the object, all the things in of itself, makes them objects. And I don't really think that this little fella here is really an object, nor here these little plants. They're living beings. And I guess that's kind of like how the type of like worldview sees it. Instead of like just seeing it as a symbol, it's just a living being in of itself, with its own like conscious, will. And the shaman, the element of the shaman kind of is also needed. Nice, man. The element of the shaman is also needed for a bridge between different realities, and different states of being. And the thing is that that's the case, I guess, within like, well, different people in different like layers of the social hierarchy, for instance, but also all different, the different people all together, like they relate different due to like whatever, like trauma or all kinds of different things, and have their own, like, I guess, like ideologies and all kinds of things, like what we currently are having. And there needs to be this bridge of so that they can respectfully relate to each other, because the thing is that often they're kind of saying kind of similar things ish about society and what's going on with certain things, and they're seeing certain things, but it's like they speak another language, and they see things, or they see it just differently or whatever. But there's like I guess, Bumble Dragon. No, but my beard is itchy from all the flies in my face here. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, but it's just different languages and different things that they see, and then they pick up on that, and then they talk to each other, and they act as if, like, I don't know, they want completely different things. If you look at it, like, there's a lot of commonality there and stuff, and like, there's kind of like a bridge needed to like gap all these different like realities. But that's the human realm, and then you have still, like, with the spirits and like I guess in the Jungian sense, the subconscious, and like the how the shamans would say, like, the upper, the lower, and the middle world. Even though not all shamanistic beliefs have that kind of distinction, but it's I don't know what I personally use, so I'm gonna go off of that, really. But yeah, these are different realms too, and in some sense, maybe if we're not careful, they can be like different states of being too, like the lower, the middle, and the upper world. So in Buddhism, you have all these like different like realms too, and they're kind of states of being, really, if you look at it. And yeah, it's not fun to be stuck in any of these other realms, even the human realm, not, and even the Deva realms, and yeah, all these different realms. So they're all within the cycle, but that's gonna get too much into Buddhism for this video. But but yeah, like coming back to like animism now, because it's at the basis of shamanism, but animism isn't the same thing as shamanism. And shamanism is not the same thing per se as animism. Probably very confusing, but yeah, shamanism is based off of animism, and there's extra added things or like to it, because like someone who practices animism, they interact with the spirits in a different manner than a shaman. In my last video, I had like said something regarding the older man who did those shamanism videos and does, and he had actually said something regarding animism and shamanism, but that's actually a really good point, or like a really good like distinction of the two. He had said that within animism, the person calls the spirits like on a phone, and within shamanism, the person goes and visits the spirits. So that's kind of like a good distinction in it. But yeah, doesn't mean that the shaman doesn't do like animistic practices either, because he does. And the shaman does also other things too. It's like the shaman does divination too, and all kinds of different practices that is not connected to going into a trance state, and it's very like regional to that. What the shaman does. It's not like so universally fixed, even within like a culture. But now to animism. Animism, it's all things contain spirit, and it's about living respectfully in the environment. So to like go over or like operate in the world respectfully and be respectful of the different spirits that inhabit this world too. You know, the spirit of the trees, and all kinds of different beings, and yeah. And I have here also done written like shaman creates, like in mythology, realities of relationship not originally planned, also maintains and renews such relationships. And that's kind of one important point, is that the creator deity kind of creates the world and the animals and all these different beings, but then interactions can start to like exist because of like the trickster kind of like doing things differently and things changing, that there's like new ways of interacting within the world. And then these need to be like incorporated well into the world too. Yeah. Just checking if it's recording well. Yeah, I think it's recording my voice. um, and the thing is that the shaman does this for the well-being of the human community within the wider community of life. So it's to find this balance between the human community and what kind of what they need and what they want to do, and balance this with the wider community of life. So all of this keeps going too, because we need all of this. Because without all of this being there, there's no life, because this supports the human community. So you need that proper relationship um, between both to have this balance. That's not everything the shaman does, because the shaman also upkeeps the social fabric. And in that sense, like it has more to do with laws and breaking taboos and I guess psychological things, you could say, in some sense too. And I mean spirits messing with people as well. And he shaman mends damage caused by people, natural laws of life, sickness, predators, forces of nature, and establish and reinforces relationships. So if something happens to disrupt like a relationship between two things, the shaman tries to mend that. So let's say I don't know, like we've lost the balance between I don't know, I guess nature and doing agriculture or something, and like with the soil, for instance, what's now like Sadhguru and other people have been talking about, and well, kind of what is the role of the shaman there would be to I guess talk to people and make new, I guess, create new ways of doing things, so the balance is brought back. It's kind of like the role there, and there's also all kinds of rituals and certain things that the shaman creates in that sense to upkeep the that kind of relationship through myth. And he renews the myth too, and he's kind of the keeper and the renewer of myth, and he creates that to to fit the new, I guess, relationships into it through rituals and all kinds of different things that he does. And then there's like one aspect of I guess psychologically, like with trauma, for instance, when it comes to I guess the more psychological aspect now, it's also if it's it can it can disrupt the things and lead to unhealthy ways of interacting within the world, and it can eventually form an unhealthy myth, and it can cause all kinds of problems. And kind of the shaman role is that one of a healer there to heal the person, so that I guess in that sense the society is healed, so that the certain ways of doing things are not happening anymore, that would actually cause damage to both the human community but also the environment, the surroundings that support the human community. And that's kind of in that sense, like yeah, the role of the shaman involved. The shaman does different things. Like, I mentioned divination, but also drumming. He does. I've not. I didn't take my drum here with. Didn't really feel like it was necessary in this video. But there's all the videos of me drumming that from the forest talks. So maybe you can check out those videos to see like me drumming if you're interested in that. But there's different spirits and worlds and deities that he connects to through the drumming, and he visits these places, and through these trance journeys he then visits the spirits. But I've noticed personally also that it's really effective of getting oneself out of the left brain. How someone like, I don't know, I guess Uber Boyle and different Jungians like that would say. The left brain only thinking, being too like, I guess, stuck in that. So it like helps you. It really helps you out of that, and like I guess like get like the right brain going more, and maybe like both in that sense. And then really like, yeah, get you out of that kind of way of just the left brain only thinking. And it really helps me, at least, like to really connect to the world in a way like that. I don't know, like I normally wouldn't have felt this connected to it in this manner. But yeah, I have here some other stuff still written down, but no, that's all said. Yeah, I can do like a video on like, well, I guess journeying, or maybe something like that. I mean, just let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. In any of those specifics or anything else about shamanism. I have to say though, like, I'm not as, I guess, well versed in it as Nicholas is from like Three World Shamanism, but because I don't know, I guess I'm more of a beginner of sorts, even though like I'm really trying to, like, I guess, tap into that like worldview and live from that perspective. I think it's important. It's like otherwise I would just be I don't know, kind of like a modern human LARPing more, if I wouldn't try to like see the world from that perspective and to interact with the world in that manner. But yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for this video.